Okay, I think we are, yes, we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to another live stream in which I will work on this project, Komorebi, a tiling window manager for Windows, written in Rust. Well, yeah, not, it's like 100% in Rust. This is just auto-generated stuff. So, what did we do last time? Um, Last time, why don't we just look at the commits actually? That might be a little bit easier. So, I believe it was this. Make active border with configurable. That was not a very good commit message. Yeah, so this introduced a new command that lets the user set a custom width value. Unfortunately, it does not really look that great, but that is what we are going to fix today because I had another idea. So, what was the name of that command? Active border width. All right, so let me show you guys what I mean. Active border width. So this is, active window border width. All right, that is the one. That is the one. All right, so this defaults to 20. The width defaults to 20, and this is what we see right now on the screen. And some people wanted a thinner border, right? So like if they wanted, I don't know, let's say 5. Hopefully you can see on the stream that though the border has definitely reduced in width, there is this space between the border and the window itself, which is 9 times out of 10 not really the desired effect, right? So, and this works the same. So if we go back to 20, if we put this up to 40, for example, it has increased, but all of that increase has gone behind the window, which again is not what you want. If you want thick borders, you want to see the full thickness, the full width. So that is what we're gonna address today. So if we take a look at where we made those changes last time, it was in the callback for border window. It was in this callback, right? And previously we had a hard-coded border width. Instead, we introduced this global border underscore width, which can be manipulated by the Komorebi C active window border command. Turn up my mic just a little. Yeah, so that's what that did. And whenever the border window, which is like this border, is its own independent window that is independent of this IntelliJ window, for example. So whenever that window gets sent this WM paint message, yeah, it updates a rectangle and it draws a rectangle with a pen of this width, whatever that is, right? So what I was thinking is, why don't we do something that will change where 0 is, right? So you have this rectangle, right? And you're saying from 0 on the left and 0 on the top, which is here, create the rectangle that spans this width, right? But actually, there is a spot where we can say, okay, 0, 0, but the actual position of that 0, 0 relative to this window or any given window can be a little bit closer or it can be a little bit further out. So if it's a little bit further out, that allows you to set a thicker border width, right? And you'll see the full thickness because the offset will be like up here. And similarly, If you wish to have a thinner border width, if you set the offset so that it is closer to the window, so it's more like a negative offset, you will have that thin active border window without the gaps that we saw when we did this command, right? Without these gaps. So where should we look for this? So I think it's going to be in the border class. So we have this set position, right, where we set the position of the window. And this is very similar to how we're setting the positions of these windows, right? So we're saying on the global canvas of all of the windows, I want this window to start at this left position and this top position, and then it's going to be this wide, and it's going to go down. It's going to have like this height. And so we're essentially doing the same thing, right, for the border window, because it is, once again, an independent window. This border is not in any way related to either of these two windows. It's just another Microsoft Windows operating system window with its own HWND that we are drawing in the right place to make it look like a border, because Windows does not give us a nice easy way to do these borders, which sucks. So right, what happens here is there is some calculation. I'm not really sure we really need to care about the calculation right now. One thing you may find interesting, well, you may already know, right, is we have these border overflows, right? And this is sometimes when, especially in Electron apps, the app will draw its boundaries over the invisible borders that Windows defines for every single window, right? And if that is the case, we need to do some recalculation to make everything fit a little bit nicer. And then we end up with like a final adjusted rect. But all of these rects that define where the window needs to be placed on the screen end up matching whatever layout is chosen. So let's say after we've done all this recalculation, if necessary, for the border, right? Remember, we're in the border.rs file. Let's all right, let's try making it thicker first, right? So if we say rect.left, we want to make that we want to make it wider, right? So let's subtract let's subtract 10, right? Because if this right here is like, I don't know, let's say this is 100, right? Let's say this all the way on the side here is 0. If we say this is 100 and we want this to be a bit thicker, we can do, let's say, 100 minus 10, and it'll start here instead of here. And we want to do the same thing for the top, because we want that thickness. And then for the right, we want to double that. And actually we want to add, what am I doing? We want to double that, and we want to add that, right? So let's say if this was 200, and remember this 200 starts from here all the way to here, right? So if you have now moved this 10 to the left, 200 is going to be like, let's say here where the X is, right? So we need to add that first 10, and then we need to add another 10. I think that's how, I mean, let's take a look. Let's take a look. And so I think that's going to give us some thickness. Let's see. Let's recompile, and I mean, this is just kind of hard-coded for now, but the goal is that once we figure out how this is going to work, that we add another command in which the user can define the offset that they find most, I know, aesthetic. Aesthetic, yeah. I feel like this always compiles a lot slower when I have OBS running. I'm sure it's not the fault of OBS. OBS is a marvel of engineering, or maybe it's just yeah, the added mental pressure and stress of doing this on a live stream. Alrighty, so we got that compiled, and I think that's our offset, right? So we have a much bigger here space in between. There's a lot more visible now. But what this also shows is that, yeah, actually, this has moved, right? The top left has moved, the bottom right has moved, and like, so this offset is wider. And that is pretty cool. I think that means that if I now do active window border width, right, that's the one. And so it was 20 before, so let's make this 40. Boom, look at that. That is thick AF. That is, that's a pretty thick border. I like it. Yeah, nice. All right, and so I think this should also work. Actually, wait, how are we gonna do that, right? So if we want to reduce the offset, I wonder if I just minus everything, will it? I'm not great at math. One thing that you may already have noticed from the streams, I'm not really a math person, which is probably not the guy that you want to be writing your window manager. I can kill this window. Yeah, requires a lot of geometry, and I don't even know what the correct area of math is. I assume it's geometry, trigonometry. I don't know. Okay, so we can see while that was briefly overlaid, that did do what we wanted, but maybe that was a little bit too much, right? Because now that is completely hidden behind the actual window. So you know what? Maybe even 5 is maybe too much, right? Let's do 4 and 2. But it did look. I don't actually remember, but I think it looked proportionate. So let's see what we're gonna get here. Right. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So we have the thinness here. But, right, so when we're making it thick, we had to double, right? So maybe it should be -4 paired with -8. All right. That is very svelte. Damn, that's nice. I like it. So I guess if you wanted it even thinner, I mean, let's just mess around a little bit with this. I think this is probably. Oh wait, so no, this is not going to be even thinner, right? This is going to be thicker because it's minus 2. Yeah, I'll be a little bit thicker. So the more you increase this, so that was 4 before, so let's do 6. And then 6 has to be 12. So I think this will be maybe as thin as we can get it before the offset brings it behind the window that is being bordered. It's so annoying to have to do it like this. Yeah, this is like a super, super duper thin. Damn, that's pretty sweet. If I had better eyes, I would like to use that. Damn, that's dope. All right, so I think we got some stuff to work with here, right? All right. So again, we want to make this configurable. Boom, 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 boom. Well, I mean, all the other border stuff is in one of these, so why not? Border offset, and this is gonna be a rect. And let's. Yes, this is going to be an option. No, so this is going to be an option rect, and we'll default to this being none, so that we don't have to do anything unless it is set, right? So let's some copy and paste here. Right, so we have the border overflow identifiers, but actually here we want the border offset. And we'll get a lock of that border offset. Oh, it doesn't even require a lock. It is just huh? All right, does it need to be wrapped in god damn it, I think it does need to be yeah, it needs to be in an atomic reference counted mutex border offset mutex. Yeah, I guess we can default that. Actually, it doesn't necessarily need to be. It might make things a tiny bit easier, more ergonomic, instead of having to check for null values. So you got a border offset. Cool. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, do we always want to do the calculation? No, all right, let's make this optional. And let's start off with none. And if let some border offset equals border offset, because this is going to get called a lot, right? Like every single time. Do I really want to deal with this? You still giving me grief? Okay, no, you're good. You're good. You're good. So instead of these hard-coded values, now we can just do minus border offset left minus minus equals, and then here we'll have border offset top, border offset right, and border offset bottom. And say should, and then we can get rid of this. Right. Yeah, that is. Well, we'll see if that's right. The next thing I want to do is add another socket message so that we can set this in komorebi.ahk files. Or I want to introduce you guys actually, just before I go any further, to a really cool project that I found called Komorebi K. It's by this GitHub user, the Little Lebowski Gladiator. Gladiator? Damn, that's a pretty cool handle. I did not think you could still get such a cool handle on GitHub. But they basically wrote this, I guess it's a hotkey daemon plus stuff. They wrote it in Rust, and it's pretty cool because they use the Komorebi core library. They bring it in as a dependency, which means that they can. I'm not sure where it is, but yeah. So they're sending. They are directly sending the same socket messages that are defined in Komorebi core. I think this is awesome. And so you can take a little look at the samples here, right? So you can do like your key bindings in TOML, and it's a little bit different because you have to. I think the way it's working is that this has to match 1-to-1 with. So let's find move window, right? And so you have the type here, move window, and then you need to have the operation direction here, which is left. And so I don't think it's like serializing it. It's just like raw raw socket messages, which is awesome. And like you can set global stuff like container padding and work padding. And I had actually opened an issue in November, and I was like, yeah, it'll be cool if you can add a configuration generation target, right? Because like you have all of these generated configs that make using Komorebi so much easier, right? You don't have to make an entire inventory of every single app as and when you come across it, because I don't know if y'all have seen this config, no, application specific configuration. Yeah, and like Cydium is doing such a good job of maintaining this right now. And it's just like every single app that anybody comes across, we got rules, we got everything, right? This is going to make it's like 750 lines of rules of the most common apps, or the apps that most people have used. And any little fixes, tweaks that are required to get things tiling nicely, it's all in here. And so, where is the one that we package? Right, it's like we generate a whole bunch of rules here that you can just import based off of this bigger SYAML file. But of course, this is in an AHK, right? And if you don't want to use AutoHotkey, I know a lot of people don't. Honestly, I don't. Now you can also get all of these rules imported and generated if you're using Komorebi K as well. So this is basically a really cool project. I'm very happy to see it. I recommend people come give it a star, watch it for development if you want, and most importantly, try it out and give some feedback to Gladiator, because this is cool. And I mean, it's awesome. Right, back to what were we gonna do here? We were gonna add a new socket message so that we can modify this guy, this border offset, right? Yeah, that's right. So we added a new border thing somewhere here. I mean, we must have done, right? Active border window, active window border, color, width, and now we're gonna have an offset. And you know what? Since all of that doubling is already taking place, why don't we just do this with a single signed 32-bit integer? Yeah, let's do that. I'm not a huge fan of requiring users to pass rects. I mean, here like you kind of need to do it for the offset, but yeah, I think let's see how far we can get with this. So we want to process this command. So I'm gonna get our offset in here, and we're gonna create a rect from this, right? So let's say let offset equals rect, and our formula was basically left and top is doubled for right and bottom. So let's see what we can do about that, right? So like if we say that the offset is what we want on here, we can say offset times 2. We can say offset times 2. But so I'm not entirely sure I get how computers think, right? So like if I say my offset is -1, I do times 2 is -2. What do we have before? We had -4. If I do -4 times 2, I should get... Okay, yeah, I mean, that should work. In theory. In theory. So we'll take that border offset arc mutex, and we'll store this new offset that we've generated here. I believe that no. This is an atomic, right? So we got to get the lock on this guy. Let current border offset equals border offset, and we'll get the lock on that. Am I using? Yeah, I'm using parking lot. Okay, and then this guy's gonna be new offset, right? New border offset. Then we're gonna do current border offset, and dereference that is going to be equal to option from new border offset. Is that kosher? Is that halal? All right, I need to declare this explicitly as being mutable. And it seems like we are happy with that. All right, cool. So that is one half of the equation. We know what to do now when we get this signal, we update this value. And this value is always being read when we are updating the position of the border. And because this code here is relative to whatever the position is, right? This position that we are updating here, where we are setting the position, we don't have to change anything here. So it all rolls downhill. So the way that this will get triggered is through a new Komorebi C command, which will send this this socket message that we have just created. Cool. So here we are now in the Komorebi C monster file of Doom. Actually, it's not that bad for a file that is 1,500 lines long. This is like a walk in the park compared to some that I've had the misfortune of working with. All right. Kuja, ST2. You know, for somebody who uses Vim bindings, I should really get better at using Vim bindings. Alright, so, yeah. Don't do that. Border, active window border. Here we go. Let's copy this and change it to set the offset for the active window border, and call this active window border offset. And here again, we need to create a new struct for this just because of the way that clap works. Offset and desired offset of the active window border. Let's just rename this offset for clarity's sake. Everything for clarity's sake. Right, so this subcommand thing is a big enum, and there is I mean, basically all of Komorebi C is a big enum match. So we're gonna add the match case in here as well. We can copy this and just substitute out width for offset, and then the arg as well as offset. Whoo, looking good. All right, let's do this. Let's run it. Okay, we're getting close. Here we go. All right, we have a liftoff. So we should have the new command active window border offset. And we do. So what was I even doing before? Right, so if we set the offset to 10, all right, that's working. If we set it to 20, I would like it to update without a redraw. I'm not sure if that's possible, because I'm already invalid. Oh, I guess no. So actually for this one, what do we want to do? I think I need to manually redraw. That's right. We want to set the border position to I wonder if I can hook into this socket message. Active window border offset. At this point, it's already been handled, so we're just updating. We're just adding this one so that changes can be seen instantly after modifying the active window border offset. And hopefully it does what the comment says it does. Let's see. Okay, looks good. Let's 20, nice. 10, nice. So now if I do, like, let's say 20, let's make it width 40, and now you're gonna need 60. Look at that. Look at that. I know there's someone out there that loves borders like this. For me, this is kind of overkill, but I know there's someone out there that loves this. I think maybe that's a bit much. What's the sweet spot for me? Because I do like it a little bit wider. I think that's nice. I do like that. Sweet. Right. Let's see what Clippy has to say about this. Shall we? Let's see what Clippy has to say. So let's just run a font. I didn't actually get any replies on the other thread when I was working on the border width, so maybe this will garner some more excitement. Yeah, this is cool. Also cool. Yep. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. And this is also good. That is a nice clean commit. I like that very much. Let's get a better message in this time. I have no idea what I was thinking when I wrote the other message. So, add new command to set active border offset. Yeah. This commit introduces a new command, active window border offset, which allows the user to offset the starting position of the active window border, thereby allowing for thicker or thinner active window borders when used in conjunction with the active window border width command. Sweet, no breaking changes. This does affect an issue. What is the issue that it affects? I hate the way GitHub just hijacks your keyboard, hijacks your scroll, hijacks your search. Configurable active. Yeah, man, there's so many thumbs up on this, and nobody did anything. Nobody. Anyway, so I'm gonna say this. Is it resolve or resolves? God, I always get confused about this. This is fix. I guess it's imperative, right? So it's going to be resolve issue number 232. Let's make this nicely formatted. And boom. That's nice. I am very happy with this. Oh, but oh no. I got ahead of myself. I am gonna do a force push live on stream. Do not do this at home. It is not cool to do this at home. The reason for that is that I forgot to regenerate the sample AHK file, which maybe I didn't, but I feel like I did. Yeah, I did. I did, meaning I did forget. So I just ran the install command, right? That's updated the helper. Let's just git push force and everything is fine. All right, cool. So that is, oh wow, I'm already on 41 minutes. So I think I'm gonna call it a night here. Oh, hey, somebody messaged and said, hello, Mr. Joe Block. Sorry I did not see you. Hello, Mr. Joe Block. Thanks for messaging me. Sorry, I was deep in the code. Yeah, I don't think that person is viewing anymore. But yeah, if you are watching this in the future, leave me a message if I did anything that you would like me to elaborate on. If you have any questions about anything, yeah, this is Komorebi, the tiling window manager for Windows. It is pretty cool. If you are not into this, there is also Glazed WM by Lars Berger, which is also a very cool tiling window manager for Windows. And I'm mentioning this because Lars actually just released a really big release, version 1.10, and it has a whole bunch of stuff. If you don't know, they also have a Discord server now, so you can go and check them out. Very, very cool, very chill place. I'm also there as well. So congratulations to Lars and all the contributors to this major release on Glaze WM. But yeah, if you want to hang out, there is the Komorebi Discord as well. You can find the link here. Like I said, you can find me on the Glaze WM Discord. You can find me at a whole bunch of places. I think my, oh no, all my stuff is here. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for using Komorebi. If you have any issues, come visit us in the Discord. We have a support channel. You can also open issues here. And as you can see, I try and get around to things on a best effort basis. If after watching this and other live streams you think, hey, I could probably work on a few of these issues, please do. Send me a message on GitHub, on Discord, whatever. I'll be very happy to mentor some people who are willing to learn by doing. If you want to get better at Rust, if you're interested in Win32 API programming, any of that stuff, I'll be happy to help. So yeah, cool. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully see you guys again for another stream before Christmas. If not, definitely after. Goodbye.